This is KGW News at noon.
We begin KGW News at noon today in Washington, D.C., where preparations are underway for former President Donald Trump's arraignment this afternoon. This is a live picture right outside the federal courthouse in D.C. Thank you for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich. The former president faces 4 felony charges related to his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. NBC's Alice Barr has been following the story. She's outside that federal courthouse in D.C. with more.
Hi there. It is a busy day already outside the federal courthouse here in Washington, D.C. Former President Trump is due to appear before a judge at 4 o'clock. He's set to land at Reagan National Airport around 3, make his way over here in a motorcade. We are not likely to actually see him go into the courthouse. We're told he'll be going through underground tunnels. And then once he's inside, we are told to expect that he will not have a mugshot taken, that he will likely be fingerprinted. Now, what happens from there is what we're all waiting to see. Former President Trump has adamantly denied the accusations against him. His legal team has sort of put out the outlines of a free speech defense, arguing that former President Trump's First Amendment rights are being criminalized here, that he had the right to speak about an election he thought was stolen. The case that we've seen from the special counsel's office, the indictment really centers on actions, steps that former President Trump is accused of taking leading up to the January 6th Capitol attack in an effort to hold on to power, to overturn the election that he lost to President Biden, and to being accused of conspiring to try to work against the government that he once led. So we are sort of in a holding pattern here as we wait to see this appearance from former President Trump. A lot of security, a lot of media around me here on what is going to be a very big day. I'm Alice Barr from the federal courthouse in Washington, D.C. Back to you.
Okay, so NBC is planning a special report anytime between now and 1 o'clock our time today. KGW will be bringing you that coverage as soon as it begins. Well, back to Portland now, where police are asking for your help to find the man accused of a random and violent attack near a Southwest Portland MAX station. Take a look at some surveillance video from Friday night. Mary Costantino was walking near Providence Park with a friend when the attacker threw a metal water bottle at her face. She was knocked unconscious and left with cuts and a black eye. So Mary is a doctor and believes the suspect was having a psychotic break and thought she was someone else.
I think we need to stop kind of dabbling in trial programs, and we need to get like real clear that if you are having a psychotic break or you are on drugs, you are not on our streets.
So you can see in this surveillance image, the attacker is a white man in his 20s or 30s, police say, last seen wearing black clothing with a logo on the shirt, also carrying a backpack. Contact Portland Police if you know anything. Okay, let's get to some more of your local headlines this noon. Keene Road is back open in Marion County after a deadly crash in South Jervis involving a car and a train last night. 3 people died and a 4th was flown to the hospital. The sheriff's office says they got the call just before 8 p.m. And the Portland Police Central Bike Squad made a major drug bust while they were targeting shoplifters in downtown Portland. They posted this on their Instagram account yesterday and said 2 men were arrested after police found more than 5 pounds of suspected fentanyl. Police also found about 8,000 counterfeit oxycodone pills that tested positive for fentanyl. The suspects are being held in the Multnomah County Jail without bail. They're facing federal drug and weapons charges, including intent to distribute. And we're hearing from the daughter of the Washington County deputy who was recovering in the hospital after being shot last week while serving an eviction notice in Tualatin. She says her dad is making good progress, but still has a long way to go on his road to recovery.
I'm just incredibly happy I get to see him and talk to him. It's like, I can't wait till I get out of this bed and I can give you guys a hug.
Now, we've learned Deputy Charles Doze was shot a total of 7 times, several times in the chest and arms and twice in the head, which caused his left eye to be removed. He has a couple more surgeries ahead of him, though, and those are some of your local headlines. Okay, we are taking a step outside. A gorgeous Thursday from our Wells Fargo sky cam is what you're looking at. We've got sunshine, blue skies there, a little bit of cloud cover. Meteorologist Rod Hill joins us now from the Weather Center. And Rod, we're getting closer to the weekend. What are we looking at weather-wise?
We are. Remember, today's day one of looking at expected thunderstorm activity, and we're talking about eastern Oregon today. Right now, if you take a closer look, no thunder and lightning, but we're starting to see rain showers pick up. Notice everything is coming from the south and moving up to the north. We do expect thunderstorms east of the Cascades. We had fog and clouds at the beach this morning. All coast cams look like this now. Gorgeous sunshine, 65 degrees at Cam Beach. We had clouds over on the east side. Here's a live camera over in Gresham off of Powell, but that has cleared out as well. That's a camera out at Gresham Subaru, so no issues there. Everybody has sun. We'll get up into the upper 80s. Parts of the valley could hit 90 degrees for a high. Today will be 84 for a nice evening. Coming up, there's actually a rain chance in the valley tomorrow morning. I'll show you that on Futurecast of my complete forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Rod. The first city-sanctioned village for people living in RVs is now open in Northeast Portland. It's called the Sunderland RV Safe Park on Northeast 33rd Drive. The site opened in July, but only 9 of the 55 spots are filled right now. In order to move in, the vehicle has to be fully functional. Towing it to the site could be an option, but people need to have both proof that they've got the right to use the RV and a valid driver's license. One person who lives on Northeast 33rd says that's nearly impossible because a lot of people don't have paperwork.
Most of these are abandoned for places, people picked them up on the side of the road. They were left by somebody else.
I can say that none of these RVs are probably going to go in there. Nobody wants to go in there because of the rules. No one wants to be told what to do like that.
The Salvation Army runs the site. An official there told KGW they weren't quite sure about a list of rules, but we do have plans to meet with them next week to get some clarity. Some neighbors in Southwest Portland haven't had their mail delivered since June when someone broke into their community mailbox. And there's been a bit of misunderstanding about getting it repaired. The damage isn't that bad from what we can tell. The only real damage is to the outgoing mailbox and not to anyone's incoming mailbox. But since early June, the yellow sign put up by the postal carrier has let people know the box was broken into and that they'd need to pick their mail up at the Multnomah branch in the Multnomah Village area. And that's not really easy for a lot of people.
We have to go to the post office however often you want to go, but you stand there for 10 minutes and it's a 10-minute drive, so it takes about half an hour out of your day. The post office is only open Monday through Friday, so often you have to miss work to go do that.
So back to who needs to fix it. Well, a USPS spokesperson says the neighborhood HOA owns the mailbox and it's up to them to fix it. Now, neighbors may need to replace a lock or two before hopefully getting their mail delivered again soon.